Khartoum today. Prime Minister Gonsalves said since his administration took office, much work has been done over the years, including in 2018, to promote economic growth, job creation, as well as a modern competitive economy. The Prime Minister said SVG has achieved much in 2018, with economic growth projected to be around 2.5%. He said this is significant compared to the rest of the region.
2015, average over the Caribbean 1.2. I'm talking about CARICOM Caribbean. We are 1.8. Over the CARICOM minus 18, 2016, you had minus 2.1%. We were 1.3%. In 2017, it's the average across the Caribbean 0.2. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is 0.71. The average in 2018 for the Caribbean 1.9, and they have for St. Vincent and the Grenadines 3.2. Well, that's the only place where they have it as high as 3.2. Because our Ministry of Finance, they have assured me the number is going to be above 2.5. I'm not quibbling at the margin, but what we are seeing there, we have had marginal to modest economic growth picking up. But
Prime Minister Gonsalves said 2018 was also a busy year from a legislative and policy standpoint and highlighted some of the achievements made in these areas.
The vital elements, you can talk about the major roads and bridges we built, modern medical complex, open the polyclinics which we have just finished, and open the whole greenhouse establishment up at Montreal Gardens, renovations on modern medical, Chateau National Park, the satellite warehouses. You know, the number of international flights coming to Argyle, and you know, the cruise passenger increase, tourism increase, what we have seen in yachting. You can, I don't have to go over details. You can see how busy we were. We have been in Parliament, and the basis we have put down for things like the marijuana project, the medical cannabis law we have just passed in relation to procurement, and several other initiatives. There'd be an occasion during the budget for us to recount these things.
A possible salary increase for public servants, as well as the completion of several major projects, have been identified by the Prime Minister as some of the areas of focus for 2019. PM Gonsalves said important initiatives such as the geothermal project and the medicinal marijuana industry are expected to make significant headway or be completed this year. He said these initiatives are expected to bring tremendous benefits to SVG, and that the hard work of public servants has also not been forgotten. He said they are examining a possible salary increase for these workers.
We'll be pleased to know that the government is looking at what possibilities are existing for wage and salary enhancements, increases. I think an invitation has gone out to the leaders of the public sector unions for a meeting, I think, on Friday. Public servants, teachers, police, etc., have done very well over the years from 2001. The reclassification was very significant in lifting salaries and working conditions. I mean, I don't think anybody could deny that. We have to bear in mind, for every 1 percentage point increase in salary is about $3 million. So if somebody comes to tell you that they want a 5% increase in a year, you have to find $15 million. I'm just giving you last.
The Prime Minister said the government continues to place emphasis on infrastructural development, with 2019 marking the beginning of roadworks to be done under the Q80 FAID project. He said the government will also begin the Public Access and Village Enhancement Project, which he said will transform the lives of many.
Roads, they're major road projects on the CDB, World Bank, EU this year. You'd see them in the estimates, and I've been assured by the officials in the Ministry of Works that by March, the latest, the Q8 OFID Road project, remember that's $90 million EC. The first $30-something million covering 9-10 pieces of roads, big roads. Secondary roads are going to be done. And there is a there's a project which Camilo has coined the formulation PAVE, P-A-V-E, Public Access for Village Enhancement. He has secured, I've been advised, $5 million. I've seen the correspondence, $5 million US to build, through all the villages and communities. The footpaths and the like, because there are many of them with new communities and even some older ones, which we need to do. That would have a big impact on people's lives.
PM Gonsalves said his government is also pushing forward with plans to construct the new port at Rose Place, which will provide a range of unique services. He said the people living nearby need not to worry, as they will be taken care of.
And we're having 3 ports really in one day. We are having the container port, modern container port. We're having an inter-island ferry that is between St. Vincent and the rest of the Caribbean, and we're having an intra-island ferry, internal to St. Vincent and the Grenadines terminal. So, and the designs are being fashioned for those. And I want to give the assurance to the persons down at who have some shacks by the bayside that this government has never done a project where we leave people out. We make sure we take care of people. We'll relocate. The same thing which will happen to the persons who are at Pole Yard as we do the city.
Meanwhile, opposition leader Dr. Godwin Friday said now is the time for bold new ideas and no new taxes. On radio today, Dr. Friday said the last 3 years saw an increase in taxes on the people of SVG, which has not been sustainable.
The time for them to be coming up with bold new ideas to stimulate the economy, to create growth and development in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and by that measure increase the tax base, so then government's own revenues will increase. You can't just simply say because we have the power to do it that we're going to take more money out of people's pockets. That's what they've been doing over the last several years. And we have complained about this, we have drawn people's attention to it, but we don't have to point it out anymore because the people feel it. They feel it where it hurts in their pocket. So this is something we are going to be very much on the alert. But what we want to see, most of all, is that there is an appreciation for the dire economic circumstances of this country, and that there is leadership that is being provided at the level of government to create opportunities for investment and opportunities for employment for the people in this country. You know, that is something that we've been speaking about all through the last.
Dr. Friday said his party is also looking forward to the election petitions being heard in February, and that they are doing all they can to put forward a good case.
You know, of course, when we get into February, we have the petitions that are still scheduled. for the trial for the February 11th. There is a hearing sometime later this month, I believe on the 24th, if I'm not mistaken, for a status hearing. Those are things that are still on the agenda, and I will consult with our lawyers in the matter to make sure that we are ready to do what is necessary to prosecute these matters, and any opportunity, the first opportunity to have the trial done, that we are ready and fully ready to do so. And I have no doubt that that will be the case. So those are two major things that are on the agenda for the next several weeks.
Police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of a 42-year-old fisherman of Clare Valley. The police say preliminary investigations have revealed that at about 4:12 p.m. on Sunday, January 6th, Nigel Edwards allegedly drowned while fishing at the Clare Valley beach. The deceased body was brought to shore and was officially pronounced dead by the district medical officer. A post-mortem examination will be conducted on the body to ascertain the cause of death. Meanwhile, the RSVG police force is soliciting the assistance of the general public in locating Serena Aberdeen, a 16-year-old girl of Paget Farm, Beckway. She was reportedly last seen on December 29, 2018 at 8:45 a.m. when she left home for Port Elizabeth to braid her hair. She has not been seen since. Serena is 5 feet 6 inches in height, medium build, with scars on both legs and light brown in complexion. She also has knock knees. At the time of leaving home, the police say she was dressed in a white fitted t-shirt, multicolored dragon pants, pink and white slippers, and carried a light brown leather bag. She has an up-street cane row, braided hairstyle, but because she left home to braid her hairstyle may have changed. If seen, contact the officer in charge of Grenadines Division, Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of crime, at telephone number 456-1339. That's 456-1339 or 457-1211, extension 217. Or the officer in charge of CID Sierra MCU at 456-1810 or 457-11211, extension 216, 220, or any police station. Over 50 prizes were given out to the participants of the various competitions held for the 2018 Christmas 9 Mornings Festival. There were several first-time winners this year. At Saturday's prize-giving ceremony, 9 persons were also recognized for their contribution to the festival. As we hear in this report by Larissa Pugsley-Kidd, the organizers, including the Ministry of Culture, are pleased with the growth of the festival over its 20-year span.
The Leeward community of Coles Hill for the first time copped the 2018 Best Christmas Community, beating out Richland Park, who came in second. Third was Correa, and fourth, Barley. For the 6th consecutive year, Richland Park was adjudged winners for the Best 9 Mornings Community, and the Best Community and Parade went to Fitzhugh's. The Best Community Song was won by Rosebank, while the most popular local Christmas song was won by 2 artists, Deluta McIntosh and Carlton C.P. Hall. Other winners include Olivia De Silva for Best Lit Private House. Townhill won the Best Nativity Scene, and the Best Lit Garden was Says for West Gardens. Point Village won the Best Lit Community for the 6th consecutive year. At Saturday's prize-giving ceremony, 9 persons from various communities were recognized for their contribution towards the 9 Mornings Festival over the last 20 years. They were encouraged by outgoing Chairman of the National 9 Mornings Committee, Michael Peters, to continue their good work. Deputy Director of the 9 Mornings Committee, Lennox Bowman, said the traditional 9 Mornings Festival continues to see progress as more communities are now coming on board, while at the same time noted that there is always room for improvements.
I want to thank you very much for your continued support. Michael and I always say that we need a bit more to be done in terms of the corporate sector. This year we saw a bit of improvement, and I believe that next year we will have to get that prize that we had once going, Michael, in terms of the best commercial lighted building in St. Vincent.
Speaking on behalf of Minister of Culture was Culture Officer Anthony Tibbles, who said that the ministry is satisfied with the growth of the festival.
I do remember when our commercial buildings used to light as a matter of course. They used to do it. Then they started to complain about electricity cost, and they stopped doing it. And some people have other reasons why they don't, but the point is they've stopped. I notice this year we're getting back. This year also saw the 9 Mornings train, and in seeing the 9 Mornings train, we saw the return of Steel Band to Kingstown. Steel Band on the street as compared to Steel Band by the stage.
This year, 51 communities across St. Vincent and the Grenadines participated in the Christmas 9 Mornings Festival. 10 companies provided financial sponsorship and an additional 9 companies provided gifts. Reporting for SVG-TV News, I am Larissa Pugsley-Kidd.
Chairman of the National 9 Mornings Committee, Michael Peters, officiated his last prize-giving ceremony on Saturday in that position. In his address to the gathering at the Peace Memorial Hall, Peters said 30 years ago he took on the responsibility to organize 9 Mornings in SVG and admitted that at first he was unsure of what was to be done. 10 years later, 9 Mornings was developed into a festival which Peters said he could not have been more proud of, and thanked all those who have contributed to the growth of 9 Mornings over the years.
This is where I say thank you very much to all of you who have allowed me to work with you over the years and allowed me to be part of what is a truly great national festival. I thank you for your support, and for the first time in 20 years, I will now go and watch 9 Mornings program. I've never seen a 9 Mornings program. I've either been on stage or backstage, a performing artist, MC, stage manager, security officer, all of that. So for the first time, I am going to be able to watch a 9 Mornings program. I know a number of communities are unhappy that I don't visit during the season, so I now have the time to visit Point and Richland Park and Rosebank and Crozhill as I begin to enjoy the 9 Mornings at a different level. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for your support over the years.
Deputy Director of the National 9 Mornings Committee, Lennox Bowman, and several other persons thanked Peters for his contribution over the years.
As he vacates the chairmanship of the committee, we are saddened that we are losing his leadership of the committee. But all of us know in Sorting houses, they say sometimes the daddy is the head of the house, but we know who rule. So we will still have him around. And all his efforts and discipline and knowledge and skills and love and passion for the advancement of our great spiritual and cultural festival and the entire landscape of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we will hold close to our hearts as we continue to impact the stakeholders of 9 Mornings. We cannot present you with a check or anything tangible today, you know, but we know that our love and our thanks and our appreciation for what you have done is more important to you.
Michael, over the 20 years, I know it has been a struggle. And speak on behalf of the senior community as a whole. There are times during our 20 years we got discouraged and we felt like it's going by the wayside. And I would approach Michael, and because of his inspiration, because of he always felt that, listen man, you have the leadership quality, you can hold that Sine community together. And we have to take into consideration that Sine is the gateway to the capital, and I think that's one of the reasons sometimes why we try our utmost to ensure that we put on a proper presentation.
I want to say we miss you a lot, especially when November comes. You always call me in, check for something. But the thing about it, you won't be going alone, because I've decided early to meet this year, my last year. It's really on my nerves, getting on my nerves, shouldn't say nerves. I'm really, it's, how should I say it? No. I want to find something to say. Mentally, it's really getting too because I'm not getting enough help from the guys in the community, and I have to do it sometimes all by myself, sometimes all in the morning I have to be on the scene until night, you know what I mean? So although I miss you, right? I don't know what to say, my buddy. But we'll keep in touch. And
of myself and the Raylan Hill community, we'd like to say thank you very much, Mr. Peters. Thank you. For the past 12 years, I've been doing it. I admire you very much, and you help us a lot. And we will say thanks for the whole community of Raylan Hill and the entire 9 Morning committee. Thank you very much, and take care of yourself. May God bless you.